Hello there, and thank you so much for joining me today for my review of the 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLA 45 AMG. If you're a Mercedes-Benz fan, you're probably aware of what AMG signifies, but for those who don't, AMG is Mercedes-Benz high-performance division, and they take a normal GLA 250 and then completely rebuild it. For the GLA 45, that means new front McPherson strut, AMG performance suspension, a 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive powertrain, and AMG performance brakes. The engine is also completely overhauled. The GLA 45 puts out 381 horsepower and 355 foot-pounds torque from its 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine. This allows the GLA 45 to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just under 4.5 seconds. When all is said and done, the AMG GLA 45 and the standard GLA 250 are completely different vehicles, even though they both share the same 3-pointed star. AMG turns normal cars into racing machines. A cool fact about the AMG GLA 45 is that it follows Mercedes-Benz's one-man, one-engine philosophy. What that means is that each GLA 45 engine is hand-built by one person in Germany. When the vehicle is completed, this engine maker stamps their name into your car. This cool touch is also another reason why AMG cars are some of Mercedes-Benz's most coveted vehicles. In this review, I'll be going over the GLA 45's interior, performance, and safety before concluding my final opinions on the car. So, let's get this review on the road. There is a reason why people generally associate Mercedes-Benz with luxury, and the GLA 45 is no exception. For example, both the instrument cluster and multimedia system are made up of two high-density 10.25-inch displays. When you jump inside, it's hard not to be impressed with Mercedes-Benz interior. All the panels and fixtures are all aesthetically pleasing, and everything just feels super high-end. I love the GLA 45's ambient cabin lighting. The LEDs are able to produce up to 64 distinct colors. It's definitely a cool feature, especially at night. The steering wheel is just excellent as well. It's super high quality and the grips are thick, which allow for better dexterity. You also get paddle shifters, and because this is a Mercedes-Benz, the wheel selectors use touch-sensitive inputs rather than traditional button presses. The GLA 45's vents are also LED lit, and as expected, you'll get dual zone climate control, as well as heated seats for both the driver and passenger. Power is provided by USB-C, which is great, but if you're still stuck in 2015 like me, then your phone's not getting charged anytime soon. The GLA 45's infotainment system is probably one of the best I've ever had the pleasure of reviewing. For one, the 10.25-inch screen is super crisp, vibrant, and just an absolute pleasure to read from. It's also one of the most technologically advanced systems I've used. For example, the GLA 45 has a built-in web browser so you can surf the web in your car. While the infotainment system is touchscreen, most of the time I use the console touchpad since it's intuitive to use and I could easily shortcut to navigation, media, or even the GLA 45's onboard surround view camera at the press of a button. From the main screen, you'll have access to your phone, navigation, radio, Bluetooth media, as well as your vehicle settings. Overall, the system is very intuitive to use and the user interface is arguably a good one to boot. If you want to use the voice recognition system, all you need to say is, "Hey, Mercedes," and the system will immediately begin working. Sound is provided by the Burnaby premium sound system and it's a total banger. Your Spotify playlist has never sounded so good. I also loved how customizable the GLA 45 was. For example, with the instrument cluster, you can set it any way you want, straight from the steering wheel. Say you want to have your speedometer on one side and GPS navigation on the other, it's not a problem. You can even have your power meter next to your G-force gauge if you're racing on the track. The GLA 45 strikes that perfect balance between providing the information you would expect from your daily driver while still being able to provide track-style data at the flick of a button. The GLA's 45 settings can be controlled via the infotainment system. From here, you can control the lighting all the way to safety features such as the blind spot warning and active brake assist systems. What I really liked about this system was that even if you didn't know what a feature did, the GLA 45 would show a quick demo. For example, the mirrors would fold in GLA 45's avatar whenever you hovered over the automatic folding selection. Again, it's the little features like this that are why I think so highly of Mercedes-Benz's infotainment systems. Now that we've covered the infotainment system, it's time to talk about the GLA 45 seating. The driver and passenger have sport seats and they're comfortable and supportive. However, they go the extra mile and they keep you in place even when you're taking the corners at speed. Both the driver and passenger have power seats with memory functions. Last but certainly not least is the GLA 45 surround view camera. Also, the GLA 45 can actually park itself. What you're seeing here is actual footage of the car doing all the work for me. I'm not touching the wheel or gas pedal at all. All you need to do is pull up near an open spot, follow the prompts on screen, and the GLA 45 sensors will guide the car right into the parking spot.
Baby, so go.
When it comes to performance, the GLA 45 hauls. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds. And the exhaust sounds something like this. The GLA 45 is an absolute pleasure on the road. Even if you decide to follow the speed limit, which I recommend, the GLA 45 still provides a really satisfying drive experience. I know most auto enthusiasts generally prefer wishbone suspension to McPherson struts, but the GLA 45's AMG suspension is excellent. The springs and dampeners are sport tuned and the anti-roll bar is much stiffer than a normal GLA 250. What this means is that you get a really flat drive profile that's free of body roll. The GLA 45 feels so grippy around the corners, which is super confident in sparring. Whether driving to work or rip around a racetrack, the GLA 45 delivers on all fronts. The only con is that the stiff suspension really makes potholes and speed bumps unpleasant. It's not a fault of the GLA 45 per se, but it's just the inherent trade-off you make if you want to have better track performance. I also want to give a big shout out to the Continental tires that come with the GLA 45. They're insanely grippy even in the wet. Also, the AMG performance brakes are just next level. The 350mm perforated rotors stop the GLA 45 on a dime, and even with hard braking, they don't fade. The GLA 45 just hauls when you press on the accelerator. However, because the GLA 45 is an AMG product, you have access to your car's instantaneous torque and horsepower, which is a really neat feature. You can also change the GLA 45's exhaust manifold from normal to sport, as well as stiffen the GLA 45 suspension at the touch of a button. You can change drive modes by rotating the selector. You can go from comfort mode all the way to Sport Plus, which is the most aggressive driving mode. Last is the AMG track pace function. While this is restricted to track use only, it lets you track your lap times and record your course performances. If you want to keep detailed data that'll help you improve with the track, this is the feature to have. It is recommended to pair your car with the Track Pace app if you want to share your track times with others. For the 2021 year, the GLA 45 and the GLA 250 didn't receive safety ratings from the NHTSA or the IIHS, so I'm not able to comment upon its safety rating. With that said though, the GLA 45 does have 7 airbags including front and side curtain airbags. It also has safety features such as blind spot warning, lane keep assist, brake assist, as well as pre-collision avoidance, which should pass with flying colors. In conclusion, I was really impressed with the 2021 GLA 45. If a hatchback style vehicle is something you desire and the GLA 250 just doesn't do it for you, the GLA 45 AMG might. I loved its tech, interior, and its robust and grippy drive profile. The only con was the fact that the stiff suspension does make potholes and speed bumps somewhat unpleasant. Overall, I still love the GLA 45 and I think you might too. Thank you so much for watching my review of the 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLA 45. If you own the car and want to share your thoughts, or you think I missed something, please let me know in the comments below. I will do my best to get back to them the best I can.